Hey guys, welcome to this third part of my tutorial on making a Ardennes diorama. This time we will be looking at tree making, and which is quite a difficult topic to talk about because there are different methods and different versions of trees that you can use for your dioramas. I decided I did not want to buy pre-built trees and I wanted to build my own tree, but on the other hand I was sure that if I had to organize the materials myself I would probably fail miserably. So I browsed the internet and YouTube for options for building trees with readily available tree building kits, and I came up with one that we will be building throughout this tutorial. This is the diorama base that I think some of you will remember me building in the first part of the tutorial series when we tackled building the Ardennes cobblestone road. The second part then tackled the muddy forest ground with the tank tracks, which are not incorporated in this Dio base, but was incorporated in a bigger diorama base. But it is still a part of this multi-episode video series of how to build a Ardennes diorama. I can already tell you guys what part 4 will be about, and because we will be looking at ground cover. We will take a look at how I build up the layers of grass and shrubbery and all kinds of stuff on the ground. So this will be part 4. I guess that will be out next week or the week thereafter, depending on the time I have. But now we will, without further ado, take a look at the tree kit that I bought myself. And ta-da! It's this one. The kit comes from the company that's called the Scenic Factory. It's the same company I got the mud for part 2 from, and I've used this already. I've built 2 of the 3 trees that came with the kit. This is a 15-inch regular pine tree kit that consists of 3 trunks and enough branch material to build 3 15-inch trees. This kit is, I think, $26. So that would amount, if you do the math, to be like a bit more than $8 a tree, which is quite the bargain considering that you would have to pay at least 20 to 25 euros for one tree, ready-made tree over here in Germany. Let me show you guys what the kit consists of. Of course, the most important part for this is the tree trunk. It already has the bark texture on it, and it's really nice. And it comes with a small piece that does not have the bark texture, but you cut this off. This is just so you can fix the tree while you are working on it. So let's put this to the side here. It comes with nice instructions. This is a step-by-step instruction, and you get some nice pictures of how your tree should look like. It also gives you the link to the company, which I will have in my descriptions anyway. The kit also comes with mounting pins and a T-pin that will help you put your branches in place, which is quite cool because I didn't have one, so I was quite happy that it comes with one. And then it comes with one bag that contains all the material that you need to create your branch. We have big branches, your tree. We've got big branches of plumose fern. We got smaller ones for the top, and we got some that branch material for both the top and the bottom of the tree. So those are the materials that you get in the kit, and there are some other materials that you need in order to assemble those trees. You need white glue, and I use very, very expensive German white glue. The one that I have here, the Express, is probably not the best one because it cures quite fast, so you will always have to put more into your cup or wherever you put it, just so you have it readily handy. You need one of those, and I would suggest you just cut up to wood pieces so you can set this up like this. Then you tighten it. You take your tree trunk. You should make sure that the width is okay before you do it. Then you do it. And you have your tree trunk fixed in place so that you can, without any problem, work on it. You can move it around. You can always take it out, twist it, so you can access all the sides of the trunk. So I will not stop talking. I will do the ground layer, or I won't stop talking just yet. I will do the ground layer of the tree, and then off camera or in a time lapse, I will work my way up and show you guys how I do it. I will here and there give a short comment on what you should pay attention to in order to get your tree to be, well, a full tree, because this is a full pine tree. It's not an inner forest, or it's not a distressed pine. It's just a full pine tree, because you want this to be like an eye catcher. So let's start. Before we start though, tweezers are always helpful as well. So especially when you have smaller branches that you are able to put them in a hole. So we take our wood glue. You need something where you can put it on, so you always have it handy. And I'm using this old plant pot here. Put it on. We take our T-pin. You can use any kind of, you can use a pin-wise if you want. And you do not want to start down here. You want to start at about this height, because let's face it, every tree, damn it. And you want to always make sure that the wooden base that you create is very firm in the tree. Can't really move because you don't want it to fall over. Anyways, you want to start at about this height, and you always want to use your finger of the hand that you're not having the T-pin in, just to support it. And you just want to make a hole like this. Then you need your box of the big Plumosal fern, and you look for pieces that look like, let me find one that's big enough for the lowest level. That's okay. Like this in size. If you want to, because the tip of this is a bit crooked, you could take your snips and just cut it off. I think it's fine. So I take the glue, dip the end in it, and then I just press it in there like this. And we have our first branch in position. We can manipulate the branch a bit, just until we like the way it is situated. And then we will move in a circular fashion around the trunk and add, at this level, I'd say 5 to 6 branches. You don't want them all at the same level, you just want to manipulate the height of them a bit. So if you go like a half a centimeter or a couple of millimeters difference, that's not a problem. Because let's face it, no tree in real life is, well, perfectly symmetric. Because they are nature. And if you have pieces that you don't think are perfect, you just take your snips and make them perfect. You do not want to make more than one hole at a time because you will lose the holes and you will not be able to find where a hole was and where there wasn't. And as I said, just gently move it. Always keep it snug and tight in there, and don't lose your T-pen. You always want the branches, of course, to be facing downwards and not upwards, because if they face upwards, like this little fella, it looks a bit unrealistic. And if you have a branch like that, you can just manipulate it a bit, try and bend it, but be careful not to break it off. Loosen the grip down there and just fasten it again. And always remember, this is nature. You want it to look like nature. You do not want it to look like a plastic Christmas tree, for example. You want it to be realistic. You want it to, yeah, even branches that look a bit, I'd say, damaged, you still are fine using them, because it's nature. Trees are never perfect. And if, like in this example, you have a branch that is a bit too long, just take your snips, gone. Gone. Not a problem whatsoever. One left for the bottom level of the tree here. Alright, so we have the lowest level done, although I think I will add one more branch, so it's 7 then, but that's not a problem here because we have so much material that we are provided by the Scenic Factory with that it's not a problem at all. We just want it to look realistic and there not to be big gaps in our tree. And I have one right here. So we move up just a tad. Again, put the glue on the end of the branch and just stick it in the hole. It's that easy, honestly, guys. It's not rocket science or anything. It's just easy. Make a hole, stick the branch in with some glue, done. As I said, I will now go up the tree to a certain point in a time lapse, and I'll talk to you guys in just a second. As you guys can hopefully see, we're steadily working our way up the tree and creating very, very bushy and full tree. You always have to be careful not to when you work up your way to the top gradually, you do not want to have the gradient to be too steep, because if you're too steep, you will damage the look of your tree and you will end up right there, like I did on the first trees I made. I will now work my way up off camera, and once I reach the point where the graduation is almost at the top, and where we start to mix in very, very small branches, I will be back on camera. So see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so as you can see, we have made our way almost to the top of the tree, and now we are in a position on the tree where we will start to scatter in some that branch, and we will really thin it out just in order to make it look really, really realistic. The thing with this is you still want to have a certain kind of coverage, and you always got to be careful. While I was making a hole, I actually punctured my finger because I went all the way through the trunk, so be careful if you don't want to end up in the emergency room. And as I said, once we are up top, we just want the distance between the branches to increase a bit, just so it looks realistic. And the kind of branch that we want to use is a very thinned out branch. Okay, although this is a bit too thinned out, I think. Maybe I will have to replace this one. Yes, I have to replace this one. This is not cutting it anymore. The thing about this is, just be careful with what you choose, and try to make it look realistic. There can be longer branches even up top, because let's face it, a tree, as I said earlier, is nature, and nature does what it wants to do. It doesn't listen to what you, the modeler, want it to do. So, if the tree looks not asymmetric, I guess you have done the job, because this is what it's about. And those empty spots where there is nothing yet, we will go in there and add some that branch as soon as I've got all the green stuff in place. And don't worry about the glue, that will not be visible once it's dry. And I have to say, tell you guys, I'm much more happy with this tree than the ones I made before. Because the ones I made before, I have to be honest, I kind of went, well, I stopped doing the, or not, I stopped doing the, but the branches stopped at a way too low level, and I learned from that. So this is why this one, in my opinion, looks much better, because it's fuller and the green goes all the way up to almost the top of the tree. And I will now finish this, and once I've done this, we will come back and we will position the tree on our diorama base. So see you guys in just a tick. Alright guys, now the construction of our tree is completed. The next step we will have to take is we have to put this on a diorama base, of course. The thing that helps us doing that is the mounting pins that the kit offers us. And as you can see on the dio base, I've already drilled a hole before where I can now glue down the mounting pin. Although the good thing about the mounting pin is it actually is like a small screw, so you can actually screw it in there. But in order for it to be really good, we add some wood glue, put it in, and then screw it in very, very carefully, and then let this set for a second. So we'll let that set for now 5 minutes. We will come back and we will put the tree in place, and then we're done. Alright guys, as you can see, the tree is up, and I think it looks really, really nice where it is. I put a bit of wood glue on the bottom of the tree. I just stuck it to the pin that I glued in place on the base. So the wood glue will now dry, and that will give it a strong enough bond so that the tree will stay right where it stands. I think the tree looks really nice. We did a really good job with it. I think it's better than the two I've done so far. Maybe I will add a bit more smallish branches up top, but other than that, I'm really happy. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to add snow to this diorama, so if that is the case, we will have an additional video on how to put snow on top of both the tree and the dio. If that's not the case, our next diorama tutorial will cover putting the groundwork together and putting it down. And after that, we will just have to put the vehicle on the base, some figures on the base, and I guess we're done. So this was part 3. Keep a lookout for part 4. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys found interesting what I did and are interested in the products. So the link is down there if you want to buy them. By the way, I'm not a salesperson for them just because I'm advertising their products, but I'm just doing it because I think they're really good for the modeler. Thank you guys for watching. This is Hollywood Modeling. See you guys in the next video. Bye for now. And always remember, may the force be with you, and live long and prosper. Bye guys.